My name is Alla. Growing up, I thought life was simple, like a bright summer day without clouds. My biggest worries were what dress to wear or which game to play with my friends. I didn't think life could be complicated. My mother, however, would always remind me, life is not easy, my dear. One day, you'll understand. Back then, her words felt so far away, like a story meant for someone else. I would watch my mother tirelessly take care of our family. She made it all look so easy, but sometimes I caught glimpses of her exhaustion, moments she didn't think I noticed. She would smile and say, "Enjoy this time, Alla. It's a gift." I never understood her struggles back then. I thought life would always feel as carefree as my childhood. When I finished school, my heart was filled with hope. I imagined a future where everything would fall into place, a good job, a loving family, and a life filled with happiness. At that point, I felt unstoppable. Then I met him, the man who would change my life. He was charming, thoughtful, and made me feel like the world revolved around me. When he proposed, I said yes without hesitation. To me, that was it. I thought I had found my happy ending. Our wedding was everything I dreamed of. It felt like the perfect start to our forever. I was so sure we could take on the world together. I became a full-time housewife after we got married. At first, I thought it was what I wanted. But the longer I stayed home, the harder it became. My husband didn't want me to work or even meet friends, saying my place was at home with the kids. I began to feel trapped. Every day felt the same. I was constantly busy but felt like I accomplished nothing. My world became smaller and smaller, until it felt like there was no room for me in it anymore. The loneliness was the hardest part. I had no one to talk to, no way to express how I was feeling. I started to question if this was the life I wanted, or the one I was forced into. My marriage also began to change. My husband didn't understand how isolated I felt. To him, I had everything I could ever need, a home, children, and a family. But inside, I was crumbling. We argued often, and the love we once shared seemed to fade with each passing day. At my lowest point, I felt invisible. I loved my children, but I felt like I had lost myself in the process of being their mother. I didn't know how to ask for help. My mother's words echoed in my mind. Life is not easy. I finally understood what she meant. One night, when I couldn't sleep, I decided to write. At first, it was just my feelings, anger, sadness, frustration. But as I poured my heart onto the page, something inside me shifted. Writing became my escape, my therapy, and my way of finding myself again. Writing helped me see things more clearly. It reminded me of the dreams I once had and gave me the strength to start thinking about how to change my life. I began taking small steps. I woke up earlier to have moments for myself. I started exercising, reading, and finding small ways to reconnect with who I was before. I even started reaching out to old friends. It wasn't easy, but I realized I needed a support system, people who could understand and encourage me. I also began having honest conversations with my husband. It was difficult at first, but slowly, we started to rebuild our connection. I reminded him of my dreams and asked for his support in creating a life where I could thrive, not just survive. Today, my life is far from perfect, but it is mine. I've learned that struggles don't define me, how I face them does. My mother was right, life isn't easy, but it's in the hardest moments that we find our strength. To every woman listening to this, I want you to know, you are not alone. Motherhood can be isolating and overwhelming, but it can also be a journey of growth and discovery. What do you think about being a mother? Have you ever felt lost, or have you found strength in your struggles? I'd love to hear your story. Share it in the comments, or send it to me privately if you'd like. Together, we can create a space where women lift each other up, a space where no one feels alone. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more about the raw, real moments of life, Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every story shared here on Life Red Carpet is a step toward understanding, healing, and connection. Thank you for being part of this journey.